Hey, it's day 25 of these 40 days of stewardship, and this week we're talking about the idea of giving. And one of the objections that I hear most often to giving goes something like this. Hey, I work hard for what I have. And if you work hard for what you have, I commend you. Man, if we are to be faithful stewards of God, one of the things that He expects us to be is hard workers. But I want to challenge you with this biblical idea. We don't work hard to have, we work hard to give. And I know that we need to put food on the table. We need to provide shelter for our families, clothing, those sorts of essential needs. And we are to gain those needs through hard, honest work. But I want to challenge you with the transformative idea of the gospel as it's expressed in Ephesians chapter 4, that it changes our mentality from working and taking to working and giving. Listen to this, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28. Let the thief no longer steal, but rather let him labor, doing honest work with his own hands so that he may have something to share with anyone in need. Now, you may hear that verse and you may be thinking, now, wait a minute, man, are you implying that I'm a thief? I'm not. And if you don't steal from others, I want to commend you for that as well. We are not to steal. But what the point of the passage is not to just challenge the thief. The point of the passage is to transform our mentality about why we work. We work not just to take. We work not just to have. We work so that we can give to anyone who is in need. That's one of the things that makes our work meaningful. Not that just we're accumulating a whole lot of stuff and working to have more, but man, we're working and we're making a difference. Other people's lives are being impacted by our work. We see this reflected in the Old Testament. Whenever the laborers would go out into the field and they would glean for the harvest, they were almost supposed to glean a rectangular field in a circular pattern. And if you kind of think about the geometry of that, you realize that that's leaving some edges, some corners. And that's exactly right. They did that in the Old Testament so that they had to work for the harvest so that they could provide for their families and do different things. But they would leave those edges there so that the poor and impoverished could come into the field, that they could glean some for themselves, not only for their immediate nutritional needs, but maybe so that they could go and sell some too, so that they could make a profit. And so we need to develop that mentality. Not only are we working for ourselves, but we're working in a way that makes a contribution for others. So I want to issue to you a unique challenge this week that'll really kind of help us get into that transformed mindset that we're not working to have, but we're working to give. As you go and buy something this week, maybe it's groceries or a tank of gas or a meal at a restaurant, I want to challenge you not only to buy one for yourself, but to buy one for someone else. I was in a restaurant the other day, Waffle House. I love me some Waffle House. And there was this family that was sitting in the booth right in front of me. And man, it was really awesome. It was early in the morning. I could tell the guy had just gotten off of work and he was meeting his family before his kids went into school. And, you know, I'm eavesdropping on the conversation and I'm just enjoying them being there. And it reminded me a lot of my family when my girls were small and just a real special time of life. And you know, look, I don't, this guy, again, I talked about this in giving the other day. I don't give because of who they are. I give because of who I am. Guy could have had way more money than me. He could have bought my meal 10 times. I don't know. But I was just so blessed by them and I was moved in my spirit. Hey, you need to buy their meal. So I walk up to the cash register, and when I go to pay for my meal, I looked at the lady and I said, hey, can you give me their ticket? And I'm going to buy their meal as well. I don't even know what they thought about it. I didn't even stick around to see it. It didn't matter. I felt moved to do it. So I did. I bought one for myself and I bought one for somebody else. That's the transformative mentality that we have is, man, I'm not only working for myself, but I'm working to bring joy and to be able to give into the lives of others. I'll probably never see those people again. It doesn't matter. It's just what the Spirit moved me to do. And I work hard and I have some savings and some different things. And so, man, I was able to give. We need to kind of have that transformative mentality. So buy one for somebody else this week. Don't just work hard to have, but work hard to give.